He is 7'8", 340 pounds of man meat. He's got just big bushy beard. Probably hasn't been shaved in weeks. No point. He always kind of slouched over a little bit. Every time someone kind of comes near him, he just kind of looks at him and grumbles something, then just gives them passage. He might be a nice guy. He wears no armor. Wears only just pretty average clothing. It's pretty. It's just mostly just big uniform colored, just black tunic, brown trousers, pretty standard travel boots. I mean, you don't get much variety when you be as big as he is.
Hmm.
And he has two daggers, proudly put on his belt, and he's got a whip. And he wears a necklace with a entire wolf skull for its little charm.
Ooh, like that. Uh, Glass, what are you doing right now?
Swimming.
Give us a description of your character as well.
Uh, see here. I did post a picture of him. Uh, he is humanoid, but you guys ever seen Hellboy?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Abe Sapien.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's me.
Also, wait, do we have 3 warlocks in this party?
Do we?
So we're going dark.
I'm a warlock.
I mean, we're not supposed to metagame here.
I'm a
That's kind of
wizard.
metagame in there. Player-wise, though.
We only have one heavy hitter.
No, we're gonna die.
Ah, that'll be fine.
Wait, who's the heavy hitter?
Grayson,
Oh.
right? Shit,
Uh,
I'm an idiot. I don't know who's what.
we're gonna be
Exactly.
fine, everybody.
Speaking of Grayson, where are you at?
I'm at the bow of the ship, just looking ahead, waiting for us to see land.
Well, you can see land. That's for sure. You can see the port coming up. You're about maybe another 20 minutes out.
I would say that Grayson at this point is at the bow of the ship, just kind of yearning for the time to speed up so he can get off the ship that he's been on for a very long time. And at that kind of moment of looking at it, he kind of hurls in his stomach, goes, oh, oh, kind of holding back some sort of puke as he does not like the ocean. He's just gonna sort of grasp onto the railing and
So, can Juan see what's going on? We're kind of in the center point of the ship where he's at on there by the railing.
If anyone's on the back of the ship, that's kind of like like you have the stairs going up and kind of a raised platform.
That's fair. I just didn't know.
So if they're back, you wouldn't be able to see it, but you'd see anyone like on the main deck or kind of at the front of the ship.
well, the bow is the front.
Yeah.
In that case, Juan's gonna go march up to this guy heaving on the edge of the boat, since we're almost to port. It's time to be a little bit friendly. So Juan does not attempt to stealthily move up to behind our dear heaving friend, and attempts to put a nice big manly pat on the back. Seasick little man.
I'm going to again kind of, and then like hold it back and like look at. Have we met before? By the way, before.
Yes, you're all familiar with each other. You mean that you went on the ship together with the intention of like already having known why you were going.
I'm just going to turn and sort of smirk at my tall friend. Well, it's been a long time on the ship, and I don't fare well in the water.
Mm.
And I'm not so little for my kind, as I look human.
Well, for my kind, you are very small. But, pats him on the back again. Do not fret. Land soon, and we will be like him. Kind of like points towards the water, our swimming friend.
Just as he like points over, he looks at the water and starts getting motion sickness again. and he just goes. A little bit of spit comes out,
Jesus Christ.
and he just kind of wipe his face and look over at the swimming person and hope he didn't hit him.
Men, children, they are my favorite.
Arya, where are you at?
She's probably like ship, the deck specifically, playing her pan flute.
Ooh, okay. So, as you're all kind of wandering around the ship, watching the land approach, the captain of the ship, kind of yells, "Haul in the sails! Prepare for landing!" And you'll quickly, and you'll
So
approach the
June
board.
just kind of like walks towards the exit of the ship, you know.
So a short time later, the ship pulls up. The sails are away. They've taken to rowing the short distance remaining into port. Ship pulls up. They toss the ropes to some of the boys on the side. They tie off the ship, and after a few minutes of waiting around, the gangplank is placed, and you can walk ashore. Into the
So
bustling city.
June immediately starts walking ashore.
Grayson runs past everyone, and just gets on the ground and just kind of gets to his knees and kisses the ground. Oh, thank the Lord.
Arya follows everyone else, just skipping behind them in a happy manner.
So everyone roll a Constitution check for me.
Okay. Hold on.
Including me?
11
No,
plus
you'll be
2.
all right.
14
13,
plus.
14.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
10.
How do you? Where's Constitution? I'm trying to find that.
It's under your stats. Just normal Constitution. Yours is.
Oh, +1. So 15.
All right. So, everyone steps ashore, and there's an effect. If you've been out to sea for a very long time, especially on a ship like this, where the constant waves and motion of the ship, you become accustomed to it. But the second you step on land, it's kind of like reverse of seasickness. Like the second you step on land on a solid ground, you'll feel like you're moving still because you're so used to the motion of the ship. So
Sea legs.
exactly. So you all step up ashore, and everyone is pretty much fine already, except for Huon, who suddenly feels very woozy and kind of like tumbles off and has to like catch himself on a nearby barrel.
Oh, that poor barrel. I've weighed nearly 350 pounds, man. Look. The land. It is fine. Let's see if I spew, guys.
I'm going to walk over to Huan and put my hand on his
Okay,
shoulder.
Nah, you're right.
Solidarity.
I love the role reversal there.
This will
Man,
pass.
child.
Tall child.
Romance.
Release and walk away. He's my Chewie. Come on.
Yeah.
It's Han Solo. He's my Chewie.
Ouch!
Oh, God. That's what you get.
That was me. What'd I do?
I don't know. Maybe roll badly. Oh, God. Juan does just kind of stumbles after the group, kind of wavering back and forth. This big giant boy just kind of like, oh, God. It's supposed to move.
All right. So welcome to the city of Freelis. This is a rather large port town. It's city walls surround the port on the eastern and western direction. You can kind of see off in the distance. The city is massive, several miles across. and it just kind of the sprawling. It's not like no like skyscrapers or anything, but low, like 2 to 3 story brick buildings, a lot of clay, brick, limestone, that kind of thing. The port is a bustle of movement and workers going to and from the ships and unloading and unloading supplies. Seagulls kind of calling in the distance. You're standing on obviously a dock that's kind of spouting out from the main dockway. That's all. It's all wooden boards, and it kind of crosses into a dirt path that you can kind of go uphill, and then stairs, cobble stairs, access the main thoroughfares of the actual roads of the city. Where do you guys want to go? What's the plan?
So June is going to immediately look for some shops.
Okay. Well, on the dock you would see, obviously there's several taverns. People kind of moving around. There's some stalls set up for food, basic shipping supplies, maybe some like tar and things of that nature. You'd have to go further in the city if you wanted like more options. This is just more like a loading bay, an industrial area.
So, yeah, I want to make sure to go further in the city or town. Is it a city or a town?
Very much a city. Very much a city.
Okay, so she goes deeper into the city to find some like actual shops.
Is everyone going with her?
Juan's actually looking for like just kind of like a guard. He wants to immediately get some like information going.
All right. So, well, several guards are posted around the port. As you're standing there, actually, a more official kind of business-like character carrying a clipboard kind of bustles up to you into this important manner. He's got little squared away circular glasses on, and he kind of bustles up, and he no nonsense attitude. He kind of holds out his clipboard and goes, "Name." Mm-hmm.
Who does he say that to?
Looking to Huan.
Oh, okay.
So he looks down at him, gives him a nice smile. Juan Wolfbreaker.
He's gonna he kind of didn't notice who he was walking up to at first, and he's gonna kind of like look up and for the first time realize like what the hell just happened, and he's gonna be like, oh, and he's gonna quickly I'm sorry, can you repeat that for me?
Juan Wolfbreaker, like the necklace, and holds out and like grabs his like wolf skull trophy when I was 11.
This clerk is gonna kind of like just kind of stare for a moment, and then kind of blink a couple times at you, and then just kind of write something down. Doesn't even look at it, just kind of like writes as if pretending to write down your name. But then looks to Grayson, who is obviously human, and says, "Reason for stay?"
Vacation. He's just gonna smirk.
This clerk is gonna get this slight frown and like narrow his eyes and just kind of shake his head and write something else down. Be like, "Are you paying for the ship's port fees?"
Is he asking me?
Yes.
Well, I'm seeing is that I am not the captain. No, I don't think I will be.
He's gonna kind of look around. Well, then who are you?
Vacation goers, and I'm just kind of, if there's any part, I mean, is it all of us right now, or we've sort of scattered? I know Huan's.
You guys said you all got off the ship before any of the sailors did, so you're all ahead of them.
Just gonna sort of throw my thumb backward, like if you're looking for someone to pay the fee to dock this galleon, then maybe perhaps you should look towards one of them behind us. They're the crew and we are the passengers.
He's gonna kind of nod his head and then kind of like try to shove his way past you, realize you are both much bigger and stronger than him, and then kind of take a step back and walk around.
I'm gonna smirk. I'm sorry. Am I saying it right when I say Huan or Juan?
It's Huan.
Huan. I'm gonna just smirk at Huan and then just kind of nudge his elbow and kind of walk with him.
They're bros.
Damn right.
It's funny
Solidarity.
because strength is actually Juan's dump stat. It's
I just have a strength, so I look cool.
It's like I look big and beefy, but it's mostly just because I'm a big boy. All right, man-child. I say we find a guard, find tavern, maybe food. I don't
Maybe
think
a
they sell man
drink.
flesh.
Give me 1 second. There we go.
Grayson's gonna start patting himself, looking for a flask that he might have left somewhere on his person. And to no avail, he finds nothing. This has been a long trip. I need a drink.
I could go for man flesh.
I hear ya.
All right.
Frowned upon here. I need to remember this.
Not for the right price it isn't, I'm sure.
There are cannibals in places.
Just need a dark
me to these
alley.
people. I mean, he is a bugbear. Look, he is a monster race. You don't think
Oh,
he
by
sees
the
people
way-
there? Nom 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 nom.
June has her mask up at basically like all times. Like most of the time, she's going to have her mask up.
Okay.
Irvin is just kind of looking at the city, just like, this is his first time in a human city, so he has no idea really what.
Yep. So, welcome to Freeless. You embarked off the docks around right here, and now you have the whole city to explore. This center area is a marketplace, and also off the main thoroughfares. There are several taverns and inns along the coast, usually set aside for the workers, dockhands, incoming sailors, and such. But the nicer establishments would probably be inner city area. But it's up to you guys where you want to go.
So I want to go to the nearest like relic shop.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I think Juan and Grayson both know exactly where they're going.
We do.
Food and drink.
Arya wanders off in some random direction.
This is gonna be awesome for the DM to have to split through all.
All right.
If all goes
It's a
well, I
shopping.
get to win something.
Okay, so June, you need to ask directions to the nearest relic store.
Okay.
The nearest.
So she just walks up to a random person. Hello there. Would you mind directing me to the nearest relic shop?
Are you you're speaking common, I assume?
Yeah.
And this halfling fellow that you just walked up to is going to turn and look at you and have no idea what you're saying. He's going to say, Solfang? Solfang no.
Can I make a perception check to see what language he's speaking, or do I know, or?
What languages do you speak?
I speak Elvish, Common, and Abyssal.
Yeah, you have no idea what this guy's speaking.
So she just walks away and walks up to a person who looks like they at least know some Common. Like, can she,
Racist.
like, can I roll some
Yeah, roll a
Can I
perception
roll
check for me.
perception?
Yeah.
to make sure if anybody's speaking English or Common or Elvish. 19. Nice.
All right. So you see that the same clerk from earlier is actually kind of coming back from the docks. He's walking by, and obviously he speaks common.
So I approach him. Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What is it?
Would you mind telling me where the nearest relic shop is?
Let's see. Derringer's is probably the best in the city. A little pricey, but definitely the best. Mackerels.
Just mutters under her breath, price isn't going to be a problem.
Mackerels is just up the street, actually.
Thank you very much. So she goes up the street to Macros, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she goes up to the macro shop or whatever.
And as you
and
walk,
walks in.
So as you're walking by the shops are kind of like right next to the interconnected, sharing walls and such. And as you walk by, it's a big glass pane. A wooden sign kind of swings in the ocean breeze, and it's a picture of a sword and like a coin bag, essentially, right next to each other. And right above it says mackerels. And
Okay, so she walks in, and before she walks in, she casts Disguise Self to disguise herself as that halfling she came across earlier. Because if she gets caught stealing, she can just run out and uncast it.
all right, let me just check.
So she's casting Disguise Self, and she walks in. Let me say that I'm using that on my spells.
All right, so you
Cast.
you adopt the form of a halfling dockhand, and as you enter the door, a bell goes off from above you, and you look around the shop, and there's several books kind of laid around, a couple of like maybe some pieces of jewelry, a sword here and there, like maybe a shield.
Can I make a persuasion check for like something really valuable?
A perception check, you mean?
Yeah, perception, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a perception check. Oh,
That's a
holy!
natural 20, baby!
All right, so
Plus, hang on, no, because I have to add, that's a 24, I think.
well, it doesn't matter at
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
a 24.
So, as you look around the shop, kind of there's all these fancy doodads and stuff, piece of clothing, occasional piece of jewelry. But as you in the center of the shop, kind of like this crown piece, it's even got its own like light kind of shining down on it. In this glass like dome case is this beautiful piece of jewelry. It's a necklace, kind of gold chain, sweeping around to this golden locket, and in the middle of the locket is this giant emerald. And just a cursory glance at it would definitely put it between 2,000 to 3,000 gold pieces.
So I walk up to it or wait, do I see a shopkeep anywhere?
Oh yes, the shopkeep is kind of like walking towards you as you enter. It's an elder elven man. He's you could place him anywhere between 600 700 years old, which is equivalent to like 60 to 70 in elven years. And he's gonna have this smile on his face as you walk in, and hello there. How can I help you?
Hello, I was just, this is a voice she's putting on. I was just wondering if I could peruse your shop for some wares.
Oh, please do. Is there anything, are you looking for anything specific? Is there anything I can help you with?
Not that I can think of, but I'll let you know if I do.
Well, we have several different pieces here that I would love to, if you have any questions, I can give you a description of them. And of course, our crowning piece here is the ancient Queen Azadrel's necklace. Mm-hmm.
Very pretty. Could you tell me a bit more about it?
Oh yes. It's I got it some years ago at bargain price. Some adventurers, they had no idea what they had found. Gave it to us, sold it to them for 500 pieces. Can you believe that? It's valued over 3,000 gold, no doubt. But it's
Very interesting.
beautiful piece. No magical properties, unfortunately. But that emerald in the center is said to be over 4,000 years old.
I see. Well, if I have any more questions, I'll be sure to come to you.
Oh, of course. And he just kind of takes like 2 steps back, and he doesn't go any further than that.
So, is there some way I can stealth around and steal that amulet?
The case. I mean,
Or
it's
necklace?
it is encased in this glass dome, so you'd have to lift. So you'd have to one, you have to get rid of the elf shopkeep. Then you'd have to lift the glass piece, take the thing.
Self is active for about an hour, so I'm going to have her walk back out and just approach somebody, and be like, "Excuse me, fine sir."
The the large human you walk up to. Yes, can I help you?
I would like you to help me distract a shopkeep for some activities. I will pay you handsomely.
This man, he's gonna.
I swear to God, if this is a guard,
He's going to immediately. His eyes are gonna widen, and he's gonna be like, "Excuse me." And he's gonna reach down to the sword he has equipped, like he has clipped into his belt.
it's a
Be like,
guard. Okay.
and he's in. This is an off-duty guard who is just wandering the city streets with his
Yikes.
wife, who is standing right next to him. And he's going to reach out a hand for you, and be like, "You are coming with me."
So I just book it.
So first, roll a dexterity check, a saving check for me.
God, okay. That's
Run.
an 18.
All right. So you quickly dodge out of the way of his hand, and you just bolt down the street in the opposite direction,
So I want to get into an alleyway
weaving
and
in and out of the patrons and people
Yeah,
passing
so-
by.
I want to get into an alleyway and uncast like disguise self and see if he walks up to, to the halfling I disguised myself as.
So roll a perception check as you're running, just to see if you spot any
Okay.
conveniently placed alleyways.
Okay, that is
17.
a 17.
All right. So yes, you see off to the side. We'll say you're about you kind of come into this. You're running here. Let me just grab that tool. So you run this direction, and then you take this corner, and then right about here you see this little alleyway you can come down. And you're gonna bolt
Yeah,
down
so
this
I
alleyway, come around the corner to kind of and quickly decast your disguise, and then you're gonna
Just walk out and then go to where that halfling is and see if it unfolds if he gets like arrested or something.
So as you walk back out from the alleyway, you're gonna see the same man kind of rush past you, and kind of like looking furiously back and forth, looking for this. He's kind of looking down, so you can tell he's looking for the halfling.
Excuse me, sir. Are you looking for somebody?
You are ballsy right now. So first off, roll a deception check to see if he recognizes your voice.
That is a one.
Rip.
The guard is going to, his eyes are going to widen yet again, and he's going to lunge forward for you and attempt to grab you yet again. So roll another dexterity saving roll.
That's a 12. Hang on. Plus, I think 2 or 3. Hang on. Let me check.
Dexterity saving your June.
Saving throw? Okay, that is a
Plus
plus
one.
1. That's 13.
So 13. So he's gonna reach for it, kind of snag the end of your cloak, but you're gonna like shove his hand away, and then once again take off running, the opposite
So
direction.
I want to actually try and climb up a building and get on the rooftop.
All right. So roll a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Mhm.
That is an 8
8.
plus 9, 10, 11, 12.
All right. So as you're running, sprinting in the street again, you notice off to the side, there's like a cart. There's like a stack of crates that can lead to like the top of a cart, and then you can maybe reach a low-hanging rooftop. So go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
Assassin's Creed, here you come.
16.
Holy shit.
16
Left.
Holy shit.
plus 1 is a
Hang on.
17.
That's a 17.
So you're gonna sprint forward, like kind of like full speed, like full confidence in this. You're gonna jump like 1 foot on the crates, 1 foot on the cart, then like kind of like lunging leap, like foot off the wall, lunging, like, grab the top of this, and kind of hoist yourself up onto the roof of this building, and take off. And the rooftops are interconnected enough that you can kind of jump from one to the next without too much difficulty.
So yeah,
All the
I'm
while-
just running.
Yeah, all the while the guard is still chasing you. He sees you do this, and he's going to make an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
D20.
Oh
A
my God.
natural 20, and he's gonna
He is
he's gonna
determined.
do the exact same thing. I think he's gonna do this even faster than you did, showing off his amazing parkour skills, and kind of
Parkour.
He has to do this on a daily basis.
roll up on top of this rooftop and continue to chase you down.
So
He is
I'm going to
dedicated.
turn around and use Thunderclap.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
wait. First off, how many feet behind me is he?
He's good, maybe 20 feet now.
I can't use it then. Never mind. So I keep running, because he has to be within 5 feet.
Okay. So I mean, this is just a chase scene at this point. Roll another dexterity check for me.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice, natural 20. So you're gonna put on a burst of speed and just like a fucking expert ninja, like go over like chimneys and roll and just awesome like leaps and bounds and some vaults over the side of things, and people in the street are now watching this as it goes down. Like as the you can see like the wave.
I'm assuming I can't use disguise self again.
The wave of people are just kind of like watching this unfold. As the guard kind of chases you, your like heads kind of peek out every once in a while as you're running off along these rooftops, and you're gonna finally reach the end of the rooftops, about right here.
I just jump. I
where
go
this
for
where
it.
where
dude.
this where this gap is, and you're gonna be like, all right, full sprinting. Give me another acrobatics check.
Naruto run.
Is that plus advantage because I'm sprinting? Because with the sprint, it would be like a lot easier to get to a rooftop.
I'll give you another
Or,
plus
like,
one
make-
for it. I'll give you another plus one for it.
That is a 17. Yeah, I
19?
definitely make it.
17. All right. So you're running leap. You're gonna jump and kind of dive across this gap, just barely reaching it, but kind of like your hands hit first and you roll and you stand again and you just continue to take off running. And this guard's gonna come up behind you, and he's yelling this whole
Guard.
time, trying to get. Oh,
Come
sorry.
on, dude. Roll that 20. Roll that 20, guard.
And so
Come
he's,
on,
What'd you
guard.
roll,
So he's
one?
gonna roll. He's gonna roll 7. So he's gonna take this. He's gonna try to follow you, but he's just a little bit too heavy and and he's gonna dive and try to reach, and he just can't quite make it. His fingers like just grasp the edge of the roof, and he's gonna fall down to the ground beneath him. Not hard or anything, but it's only like 3 stories.
Only.
But
Oh, it looks like
But
you
is-
had quite a trip.
oh my god! So he's gonna land and just kind of like splay out on the ground, and just kind of like be stunned there.
So I'm just gonna flip through somebody's house, like a residential house.
Yeah, roll another
Just
perception check for
jump
me.
through a window. Okay.
19. All
That's
right.
a 19.
So as you're running along, you see this cart filled with hay. In full Assassin's Creed style, you're gonna do a running backflip, triple backflip.
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, roll another acrobatics check for me.
Oh, no!
Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6. I mean,
Alright.
it's still bad,
So
but
you roll, and you're like diving for this, like you're trying to land on
Side of the cart.
this cart full of hay, and you hit the guy driving it instead. So we're gonna do 2d4s. So 6. You're gonna take 6 damage from this fall.
oh my god, that's like half my health already.
And you're gonna get up and just kind of limp away at this point. Like the guards behind you, the crowd kind of, a couple of people saw it, but they're confused about what was happening. And you're just gonna kind of slide back in. Roll a stealth check for me.
Roll a stealth check. Okay, hold on. I was
This literally
updating
makes me want to
Oh
play.
my
Rogue.
god! Hang on,
7.
hang on. That's a 7 plus.
Plus 3, so 10.
Hang on. 10.
All right, so you kind of mold back in this crowd. There's a few people keep kind of like paying attention to you, but I mean, they'll remember you, but they're not gonna be like following you. And you kind of blend back in the crowd
Okay.
and wander off into the main market square.
Jesus Christ, that was so crazy.
All right, so while she was doing that, what was everyone else doing?
The boys are drinking.
Wait, please tell me we were recording.
Yep, I'm recording all of this.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh, that was everything about that was beautiful.
Best chasing.
All right, so
We got a high elf going down route number 2, taking him to the roofs. We need the Aarakocra squad.
Huon, Grayson, and Irvin, where did you go? There are several taverns along the dock, like I said. Those would have been clearly visible.
Oh, so we wouldn't even have had to ask anyone then?
No, they would have been big signs, a lot of like the tables out front, kind of outdoors.
Grayson would personally look for the nicest looking one.
All right. So you all traveling together?
Yeah, who on goes with his man child?
That whole scene was literally like a movie.
And Irvin, are you with them as well?
Yeah, I'll go with them. I don't know what to do here. I'll just follow the people I know.
All right. So you kind of wander around. Grayson, roll me a perception check. Are you guys hearing me twice?
No.
Oh, interesting.
That is a 20.
20. All right. So as you walk along the docks for a little bit, looking for a nicer tavern, maybe one that's a little bit better taken care of, and you're gonna come across the Graying Goose. It's got some tables out front. It's kind of like this raised like cobble platform, wooden floors on the outside with tables kind of set around and a big old like awning balcony thing overhead to kind of block the sun. Barmaids are going in and out. The table's really nice, and there's a general feeling of like happiness and cheer coming from this place.
Is it crowded or like partially crowded or?
The tables outside are mainly full, but there's a table here and there, and if you were to go inside, you would see that there, because it's so nice outside, everyone's sitting outside. But there's a few tables inside, and the bar is mostly empty.
The other question I have is, what time of day is it? Is it like mid-afternoon, noon, or?
Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'll happily walk forward through the door, noticing these hag people with drinks, and start to sort of lick my lips as I start to anticipate the hopefully good, not piss smell sort of drinks they.
Yeah, so as you walk in, this wonderful aroma of cooking meat kind of hits you straight in the face, and it's just mouth-watering. After dealing with weeks at sea, just eating like hardtack and rations and like stale water, it's gonna hit you, and your mouth's just gonna water, and it's gonna smell so good. Herbs and like freshly grilled pork. And there's some music playing off in the corner. A lutist who's singing very lightly, and that's the atmosphere you're walking into. There's some conversation going on around you.
I will walk straight up to the barkeep. You have rooms?
Now this is a kind of
Strictly a bar.
6'5", half orc male. He's cleaning a glass with like a very clean rag, and kind of he sees as you sit down. He's gonna walk forward, and you ask for rooms.
Yeah.
He's gonna be, nah, we're all booked up for the night. Usually booked up this time of the year. All the trade vessels coming in, but dinner's just finishing up, getting ready. If you're interested.
I sort of rub my stomach. Well, the fishing ship across the pond, as it were, didn't agree so well with my stomach, so I think I'll stick to something to drink. Please tell me you have some sort of hard liquor. I'm gonna sort of lean forward and slide a gold.
He's gonna take the coin and yeah, we got a whole keg of fresh honey bale ale in the back. If that suits your fancy.
Just the hardest stuff you got.
All right, so he's gonna walk over to this larger keg that's just kind of sitting behind the bar. Grab a fresh glass, and fill it to the brim. It's kind of like frothing over the top as he sets it down in front of you. Huon, Irvin, did you want anything?
So,
Go ahead.
man, sorry, I'm trying to like find the perfect deep rumbly voice for Juan. So, the man cub here, kind of gesturing towards Grayson, said you might have men flesh. And he's an orc, right?
He's a half orc, yes.
Oh, he's not. He's not a true orc. He's not a true big boy like me.
No, just half orc.
I understand that might be a weird request. Anything similar, maybe?
Chicken.
Well,
I'm going to finish my drink and look over. Pork?
all right. This half orc's name is John. John the half orc. He's gonna kind of give you this interested, like curious look, and he's gonna be, man meat. I'm afraid we don't sell that around these parts, but I've got a whole hog roasting in the back, if that suits your taste.
How much would How much would it cost for the whole thing?
Well, it's rather large. I doubt even with a man of your stature could eat the whole thing yourself.
Oh, don't worry. I've seen him eat a bit more.
And whatever I don't finish, I'll let the men cub finish. And I kind of look back, looking towards our fishy boy. I assume he's with us because he's flying with us. And he can have the rest. He doesn't eat much.
Well, the pig is sort of for all of the guests. I can give you a triple serving for now, and if you're still hungry after that, we'll talk.
As he's saying this, I'm already waving my empty glass in front of him, like, come on. Refill.
He takes your glass and turns, kind of smirking, and it fills it back up, and sits it back in front of you. Does anyone else want a drink?
Milk.
Milk.
Chop this guy up, chop his nails. I want milk.
And he looks at Irvin, raises an eyebrow.
I'll just have some water, please.
He'll nod as if he understands, and he'll walk into the back, where presumably there's a refrigerated area, and come back out with kind of like a pitcher of milk for Huon, and a glass of water for Irvin, and then he'll say, "All right, well, food will be ready in 10 minutes." And just enjoy the company and the music. Let me know if you need anything.
At that note, Grayson's gonna continue drinking, and probably at this point has drank half, and is gonna kind of swivel in his chair and kind of look about the
Establishment.
Sure.
So go ahead and roll a perception check for me then.
Terrible. 7.
7. So you're gonna see. I mean, there's about 10 to 15 people in this in the tavern at various tables and booths, not including the flutist off in the the lutist off on the side, playing music. A couple barmaids walking around. It seems to be mostly made up of dock hands, dock workers, and sailors of various types of species and skin tones and such. But other than that, nothing much of note. And let's
won.
yeah, let's go over to Kat. What are you doing, or Arya?
She's looking for like the most populated area to set up and just start playing her pan flute. She's looking to make extra money.
Okay.
A real way to make money, not this whole chase scene thing.
All right. So you can stay on the docks. The docks are, I mean, right now it's a pretty prominent time of day for the docks. Sailors going in and out, coming in from recent voyages. They'll have their spare coins on their pockets, or you can go to the market square, where obviously there's going to be the most populated area in the whole city. You can, and there'll be other competition. There'll be other bards and such, like, and beggars, sitting and kind of playing their instruments as well. But you're more likely to gain some pretty good amount of money just from chilling there. But you also make good money at the docks as well.
She'll stay at the docks because she feels that they don't get like enough entertainers down there.
Okay. Do you like set up outside of a bar, or just kind of like by the ships coming in?
She probably sets up like right around here,
Okay.
like at this little corner here.
So you find yourself a nice little crate to sit back and take out your flute, you said?
Yep, pan flute.
All right, and then go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
That's a 7. With +5.
So as well.
And she also has proficiency in pan flutes. Does that do anything?
Yeah, adds your proficiency bonus to it. So 14. So you take out your flute and you sit down, you start playing, and
She's not the best, but she's okay.
Maybe it's all the salt. Maybe it's the travel, just kind of getting done with traveling. Maybe it's the salt air. Maybe your mouth is just a little dry, but you don't play your best performance, but it is adequate. And these dog workers, they appreciate it. They see what you're trying to do, and they're happy. They're a couple every once in a while, dockhand or a sailor will pass by and toss maybe some spare change, maybe a couple of copper pieces, a couple silver, and you are going to get 16. 2 d12s and 2 d12s. Okay, so you're gonna get 14 copper pieces and 14 silver pieces if you were to sit here for about the rest of the afternoon.
Okay.
Good job.
And
You made a silver and a half.
yeah, and so that's
The only one of us who's earning some money.
yeah, and
One of us is a wanted criminal.
yeah. For that meal, the bartender's gonna come back out, or one of the barmaids is gonna come back out and kind of set down this basically quarter of a hog in front of you, Huon, along with a very generous helping of mashed potatoes and some greens on the side. And
That is good food, man.
and the other two, and
Wait.
Irvin did Irvin order anything, or just the water? Did you guys get food?
Just the water.
All right. So yeah, so he sets the food down in front of Huon, and yeah, that's there's that. Back to
Juan looks at that food, like he was looking at a glorious lover he hasn't seen in at least 3 years, and he goes to town. Just it's not a pretty sight, but he's scarfing it down. Just
Grayson's gonna put his hand over his cup to make sure none of his spittle or the meat gets into his drink. Watches him grab it, eats it.
Nice eating effects.
you gotta really sell it.
Right.
I'm just gonna. Oh God, this is so. Huan is.
In June.
I play normal characters, I promise.
June, where? So after you kind of blend into the crowd, where are you gonna go? You're gonna.
I'm going
Make your way
straight
back to
to
the
the. Yeah, I'm going straight to the tavern where like the others are.
So go and roll a perception check for me. This will determine how long it takes you to find them.
Okay. That's a natural 7. Plus,
Alright.
wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's an 11.
So it takes you maybe about 30 minutes to make it your way down the docks, explore around, kind of, because you know where they're gonna be. You're gonna look in each bar as you come across them, and until you finally stumble upon them. You pass Arya playing the flute.
She just throws a gold piece in as she walks by.
Oh, all right. That's 14 silver, 14 copper, and a gold piece. Look at that. And you'll eventually stumble upon them in the Graying Goose.
Hello, fellas. She sits down.
Yes.
I'm assuming, like,
If I'm looking at her, does she look like she's noticeably sweaty from some sort of rigorous activity such as running?
Oh yeah. She's there's some hay sticking out of her hair. She's she's a little rough around the edges. She's kind of got this giant bruise, or walking like she has this giant bruise on her tailbone from where she landed on the cart, and just not having to. Definitely like hair's out of place and such.
I'm just going to sort of lift my drink and finish it off, and after I set it down, passing to the bartender behind me to fill it again, and I say, "You look like you've had a busy day. Making friends in this new place."
well, let's just say I may be on a poster soon enough already.
They start spittling food out.
Jesus Christ, that's so nasty.
I know I like this one, man-child. More milk!
Bartender's gonna come back up and
Oh,
just
this
with a
is
whole
her,
gallon of milk and dump it.
This
in
is her
your
full
pitcher.
kind of outfit, if you guys were wondering.
All right, cool.
Ninja.
Yeah, and then he's gonna look at you and be like, "You want anything?"
Yes, I'll take a mead, please.
He'll walk, grab another tankard, fill it, and give it to you. Also refilling Grace's at the same time.
So she, like, she only takes her mask off to eat and drink, so she takes her mask off to drink. And she slams it. She, like, slams it hard, and then puts her mask back on.
All right.
Like, she takes the whole thing down. Do I need to roll Constitution?
Yeah, roll Constitution check for me.
That is a 7. And that is an 8.
So as you're trying to like be impressive, it's just not your day. So you're gonna try to chug this thing, and as it's like going down your throat, it's gonna go down the wrong pipe, and you're just gonna like spit back up half of it and kind of choke and cough and.
Oh, Jesus
And the barkeep's
Christ.
just gonna like kind of look at you, and be like, "You all right?"
I think I drank that a bit too fast.
It's just gonna kind of nod and kind of continue, like kind of wipe down where you kind of spit on on the bar.
It's so gross.
Welcome to D&D.
All right.
And even
And Arya, what are you? See. Are you guys want to do anything else?
She goes to
fine.
find the others.
All right. So you take your earnings. You kind of followed along with June as she was walking by, and you see her. And you walk in the bar after them, and you see them at the bar. And unless you guys have anything else to say, I think that's a good place for us to end for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not gonna take as long as it did the last time to upload.
No, this is not nearly as long. I'll just go ahead and stop recording.